Massive.
Hey, it's Gimme. How you guys doing today? Welcome back to No Man's Sky. I've got something big to show you guys. I just discovered a massive glitch, and I can't wait to show the internet. Alright, who do we got in that chat? It's Robbie. Welcome back. You have to give me just a minute. It's still 4:20 over here at my house. But we're just about ready. I discovered so much more about this game since the last live stream that I did of it. Like, I've built an entirely new ship since the last live stream. Like, yeah, this is gonna be big. Well, first let's go to Space Station. We're here at the Taco Bell Terra Base 1. Euclid, here we go. We'll go to this space station here. Now, oh, pardon me. Oh, now to pull this glitch off, we are gonna need 2 open corvette bays at a space station. 2 open workshops. So let me show you guys the new Millennium Taco. So I came up with the idea to make my ship look like the Millennium Falcon, but the last one I did, it really didn't look like the Millennium Falcon. Actually, can I just go into photo mode? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, now it looks like a Millennium Falcon. Like, I even looked up some reference materials, and I mean, it's not a perfect Millennium Falcon, but it looks like a star, a No Man's Sky Millennium Falcon. I mean, it's got the basic shape, without making it a lot bigger. I wasn't going to be able to get more detail than this, but with the shape, I think it's really good. Oh. And I'm still working on the inside. We got a little bit done. This is our war room. Weapons. This is the grow room, our little grow op. There's our refiner. It's a big refiner with 3 slots, so I gave it 3 arms. I thought that made sense. Oh yeah, I really like my little grow rooms because I put little graphics up on the grow spots. And I was working on the kitchen when I left off, but let me show you guys something. I think that's it. What if I told you you could make a Corvette that small? Now the thing is, it won't let you. If you don't have a reactor, if you don't have engines, if you don't have landing gear,
I'm actually out of sports for 8 to 10 weeks.
it will not let you save it. So yeah, let me show you guys how to make one of these. I need to. So let's get rid of this one. You can't scrap or sell these Corvettes, but I can trade it with like this guy. So if I go over here, hey, it's a Class B. And then I can just literally exchange it. And now this is my ship. And we'll go sell this, and that'll get rid of the, because if you try to bring a Corvette to one of these things, it'll let you upgrade it, but it won't let you do any salvage. Hold on, let me put this doobie out. I'm gonna save the rest of that guy for later. So I swapped it with this guy's, and we'll just go ahead and scrap it. Oh yeah, I changed my outfit as well. I turned myself into one of the autophage, which is like the robots, like the race of robots. And you know, I got the old-timey diving helmet. I thought that was really cool, and I put the squid cape. I got this very unique squid cape. Matches my diving helmet. Vibes with my robot body. I like it. Okay, so let's build the smallest Corvette in the world. Are you guys ready for this? Alright, we're actually gonna go... Should we go to the middle one? Yeah, we're gonna go to the middle one. So like I said, you are gonna need two Corvette workstations next to each other to pull off this glitch. And we're gonna go ahead and create a new Corvette. What happened? The space station has disappeared. Oh my god. This is not the massive glitch I was talking about, but that's bananas. Alright. Whoa. And I do have some other tips and tricks. Let's go to a different freaking space station. This one's bugging out on me. Is that my ship? Yeah, that's my... I was about to say, there's a very rare ship over there. We'll go to the Taco Gang station. So this is literally Taco Gang station. Like, if you were to play this game, you could randomly come across Taco Gang station here. Or, you know, you could fly here deliberately. It's an actual place in the game. Since I discovered it, I was able to name it, and this is now and forever Taco Gang Station. Alright, so let's get this glitch going. So the first thing you need is two empty Corvette workbenches. We're gonna create a new Corvette. Now, if you look on the right-hand side, it says we need landing gear, habitation, cockpit, and reactor. So, we're going to start off By the way, if you look, each one of these landing gears has their own set of stats, like 11% launch cost, 3% boost. That's actually worse than these regular landing gears. These are 14% and 3% boost. Yeah, these actually seem to be the best bang for your buck here. Alright, so we're gonna put down everything that it tells us we need. It says we need a habitation, we need a cockpit, we need a reactor, we need thrusters, we need a weapon. Where are the weapons? Oh, there they are. Just put that on top. We'll grab our axis way and put it right there. Okay, so now it says we have everything we need. So we'll go ahead and finalize that design. And we'll just add to the collection. Now here's where everything is gonna get a little funky. So we're gonna go past our ship, and we're gonna go to this other workbench. We're gonna go ahead and create a new corvette. Now, instead of doing that, we're gonna go over here to this corvette, and we're just gonna go ahead and delete pretty much everything. Oh no, I can't get the walkway back on. Uh-oh. Alright, let's try this. Let's try this again. We're just gonna leave the workshop. And if we come over here, you'll notice that cockpit is still there. Can I just literally... Okay. You know, I thought we had to have the back on there, but I guess not. This is literally the smallest ship you can make. It is just the freaking cockpit. Now, people have been making ships with, like, detached parts that aren't attached and stuff, but this is literally only the cockpit. It's got guns, it's got engines, you can land. I mean, it's a fully functional ship. I could stop right here, get out of the cockpit, and it's literally just outside. Oh my god. Really? Spacewalk. So that is literally the smallest ship you can make. It is literally just a cockpit, but it's a functional ship. And if you see, I've got the stats. The starship has the stats from all the pieces I put on there. So I'm thinking, like, if we just, like, took one of my other ships and just deleted everything, I wonder if we would have some, like, killer stats in, like, just the cockpit. This is crazy. I gotta say, though, I like it better when you put the landing platform on the back. When you have the cockpit connected to the landing platform, that looks way cooler. Let's see if we can get back into the just our cockpit here. This is bananas. I can't believe we really just made a flying cockpit. You know, I've got some very minimalist ships. Like, I found some of the rarest ships in the game that didn't spawn with any kind of accessories or accoutrements, like, or decoration. Like, literally just the most base ship you can get. I've got, like, the Sentinel ship that's, like, butt naked. I've got a, one of those, what are they called? One of those shuttles. I think it's called a shuttle. I've got one of those that's just bare bones. Like, I've managed to find these things not on purpose, but I have them. And now I have the smallest functioning ship in StarCraft, No Man's Sky. So, the thing is about this, if I go back into the workshop to edit it, it's going to tell me I don't have all of those things, and it won't let me save the ship, and it won't let me use the ship. But as it is right now, literally just fell right out of it. Okay, let's... I also, using this, I want to try and make the RV from Spaceballs. Have you guys seen Spaceballs? This this is gonna be fun. They have like a Winnebago, but it flies through space. And I want to make a Winnebago. Okay, so let's just attach the landing ramp to the back. Now that looks really cool, but we could... Let's put like a little something. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and put all the stuff on here it wants us to. We need, wait, hold on. If we put the reactor down... we can put some rockets on the back of that. And then we gotta put the weapons down. There we go. Okay, maybe it doesn't give you the benefit of those items once you delete them. Because I'm looking at the stats now. And it says the hyperdrive range is 303. But we'll go ahead and apply the edits, right? We're gonna run past our ship. And we're gonna go to the next workshop over. And we're going to go to create a new corvette. But instead of doing that, we're gonna go back to our other one. And we're gonna go ahead and just get rid of everything. Bang. And then we can leave the workshop. And now this is our brand new ship. Now the thing is, you can put other things on this ship. You don't have to use the ship building stuff. If we want, we could put like some like giant aquarium. Can I put it in free place? Yeah, okay. And then, oh, it won't let me rotate the axis. I don't know. I've never tried anything like this, so we're experimenting at this point. But just to prove a point, I'm gonna see if I can put a bunch of aquariums outside my ship. The thing is I think they're gonna be like poking through on the inside. Because it doesn't matter which way it's facing, right? Alright, yeah, that's good enough. Alright, what about a terrarium? We'll put a terrarium up here. I think I can put stuff in the terrarium, am I right? Oh, there's one of these little funky guys in there. Look at him. I've got one of these guys, except I grew him up to be super massive, and now it's like, it's not as cute. So I'm wondering, like, some of my pets I think might be cuter if I made them smaller. Because you can take these guys and make them tiny instead of breeding like these giant, huge, huge guys. No, I can't put one underneath. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, this is gonna be funny. Alright. Oh, it says I'm too close to the object. You know what? For building, I find going into first person is pretty helpful. Oh, now it's telling me invalid position. Okay, yeah, let's just see if we can put it, like, on top of this thing somewhere. This is gonna be hilarious if we can see this when we're flying around. Okay, there's a limit to how big I can make it, I think. Alright, let's see how ridiculous this is. Yeah, it does poke through a little bit on the inside, but it's actually kind of cool. So yeah, this is the aquarium ship that we just built. Freaking hilarious. Oh, I don't see the guy on top. See, this is why it's cool to have the hatch on there, and I kind of like having a little walkway here. Oh, there he is. It does. It does have them up there when I'm flying around. Look at that. He's just as big as my ship. This is hilarious. Yeah, using this glitch, there's quite a lot you can do. Let's see, can I turn him? Which ways does he face in comparison to this? Alright, so that wire there is kind of like his left arm. Because what I want to do is rotate it a little bit so he's not, so he's facing backwards. Now he's facing way too far that way. Okay. Hold on. What if we just put the titty... What if we put the giant titty monster on top? There we go. Oh my god. What have we done? What have we done? We've made a ship with an aquarium on the outside and a giant titty monster on top. Should I put some like couches up here? I don't know if I can fit 2 of these couches up here. Let's just do... Yeah, we'll put one on this side. Oh, I guess it's a little closer than I thought, but... Alright. Yeah. Yeah, it works. Now... Oh, big build tip for you guys. Always change the color on stuff. Like these couches, I think they're gonna work a lot better if we make them like... Yeah, something that's gonna blend into the ship a little better. Are we gonna fall through the map if we sit down? Yes. This is still a thing. And I guess my ramp doesn't touch the ground for, like, reasons. What other kind of ridiculousness can we make on this thing? Like, some of this stuff gets insanely big. The ancient conifer. I think it's just way too big. Yeah, sometimes you have to resize things until it wants to get down. Holy moly. That is pretty massive. Okay, now let's see how ridiculous this thing is to fly around. Oh my god, this is crazy. uh, I got a giant palm tree and a titty monster. We've got some aquariums. We've got a conifer tree. And, you know, you have warp drive and stuff like that too. I guarantee you're not going to see any designs anywhere near this on YouTube or anywhere else. This is a Gimme Gang original right here. The Titty Monster Express. Okay, the palm trees are giving me an idea. I wonder if we can put the palm trees on sideways like we have giant palm tree wings. See, my idea is since we can make such a small corvette, I kind of want to build the rest of it out of non-conventional parts. Is that my base over there? So if we could, yeah, we could make the craziest looking ship that nobody else has. This really is giving me some ideas. Yeah, let's dip into photo mode really quick so we can really take in what the hell we're doing here. The giant outer space tree, and the massive titty monster. There we go. I know that's the view everybody wants to see. It's kind of gross. And yeah, the fish seem to like it out here. This guy, he seems happy, right? A little creepy when it's up close, though. Yeah, this is some dumb stuff. I'm gonna see how dumb we can make it. Oh, the roots of the tree are coming through the ceiling. Check that out. One of the best features of these Corvettes, though, is that autopilot. If you saw what I did, I just told it to go back to the space station, and it took me right back to the space station. Can't really see where I'm going with this giant tree in front of me, though. That's so funny, seeing this massive tree and this tiny spaceship. Okay, let's take what we've learned and see if we can make some shenanigans happen here. Do you think we need more of a ship? Do we need to make more pieces, like more of a framework for us to build on? Because even though we can make the smallest corvette possible, doesn't mean we have to. Okay, now what if I put this in free place? Oh my god, I can rotate the axis. And we're just gonna put it on there. And then can we flip it? No, we're gonna have to change the X. It won't let me. There we go. I think that's the one I wanted. Okay, so this is kind of my idea. This is gonna be tricky to line it up though, but let's see how this looks so far. Oh, this is so entertaining. Yeah, so it is possible for us to make wings out of trees. We can have the only ship out here that has tree wings. Like I said, it might be a little difficult to line them up just right. We could even like sweep them forward a little bit if we want more of like a delta wing kind of configuration. Everybody else is out here building their corvettes out of like habitation modules and like all these wings and everything. We're gonna use good old fashioned LOLs. I really want to make the RV from Spaceballs, but whatever we got going on here deserves a bit more attention. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, this is even more wild than I ever expected. I didn't expect to be making garbage ships out of trees. We are definitely gonna, like, when we go to the anomaly, people are gonna be, like, looking at this ship for sure. I think we're off to a really good start. And yeah, I think we will use the aquariums on the outside as well. And we're gonna hopefully find some other really big parts to mod this thing up. Oh my god, that's awesome. The cockpit kind of looks like a bird head, and the trees on the side. Okay. How are we gonna make sure these both line up? I can't see which axis it's rotating on. Okay, I see. Yeah, this is gonna be super tricky. I mean, we're really just gonna have to eyeball it. So if I look at the ship that way, if I can get it like just coming straight towards me like this, I think we might be able to line these things up. It's like it's on such a tripped out axis now. Okay, there we go. There's like the up and down. Okay, I got that one facing down a little bit too much. It's still facing down. Come on. Okay, that's a lot better. Let's see if we can do something similar with this one. Here we go. This is the axis we need to line up correctly. And then we gotta make sure it's at the same spot as the other one. Yeah, that all looks good. Yeah, that's even more perfect than I thought I could make it. Yeah, we're lined up. We're lined up good. Alright, our tree wings are on. Now I'm wondering if there's anything we can use to look kind of like landing gear. These planetary glitches that I went around collecting, I feel like some of these could look really good. Oh, they can't be resized. Light fissures, these are cool. We can't rotate them though. That would be cool to use as like to make it look like engines. That would be so cool. Okay, maybe. Oh yeah, look at that. That would be really neat. We're gonna have to figure out how to use those somewhere. Am I picking those things up? Says I got 4 of them. Okay, I think I have to go into... Yeah, okay. Where were the aquariums? There we go. Oh, we could put the aquariums, like, on the tree. Alright, so now what I'm wondering is there's something I can put underneath to make that I can place these on and then delete it. Wouldn't that be cool to have, like, the aquariums as, like, landing gear? Nah, I thought I heard something. But yeah, I think we'll put the aquariums right on the sides here. we have to do that though? Can we find something to attach him to lower down? That isn't a ship part? Oh, now these could be cool to use too. Like, oh, I can make them big too. We could make a whole, like, asteroid looking thing, right? Whoa. Whoa. Hold on, why can't I get in my ship? There we go. Oh no. Okay, that's something we gotta worry about. Is the things that will glitch through the ceiling. Alright, this is gonna look bananas. Let's go. My flying jungle temple. Oh, that's cool. Look at the lights on the pillars. The lights on the stone pillars. Let's get in where the sun, where we can see the sun. There we go. We're outside of the... No, we're still in the shadow of that planet. But still, I get the gist. This looks crazy. Let me go into photo mode. This is the kind of bonkers stuff I'm talking about making. Like, we could literally make our ship look like it's made out of, like, stone and palm trees. And, you know, I've seen a lot of people's Corvettes, like, at the Anomaly. I've gone and, you know, parked there and waited for people to, show up, and I looked at their ships. A couple of people even shanghaied me. No joke. Like, as soon as I got on their ship, they took off with me inside. Hold on, let's see if we can go face towards the light. Is that like complete darkness, or is the light coming from the other side? That is almost complete darkness. Oh, man, I should get a pic for like the thumbnail or something, because the flying castle is kind of crazy. That's what we should do, like a flying castle. And see, to do this, we don't need the smallest ship in the world. We could do this on top of a bigger ship if we wanted to. I'm having trouble finding the space station. There it is. I don't need autopilot. I've got this. Yeah, making the smallest. This went from making the smallest corvette ever, glitching the smallest corvette ever, to making the most ridiculous shit possible. I can't believe this is my ship. That's ridiculous. Let me show you, like, when I'm being serious, we actually build some good ships. Like, is this the Millennium Taco? You know, this thing definitely looks like, you know, the Millennium Falcon made in StarCraft. And I'm actually kind of proud of the design and the way it looks on the interior as well. I'll give you an inside tour in just a second. But that's the Millennium Taco right there, and you know, working at this scale, I could have made it bigger and put a lot more detail in it, kind of like in Minecraft. The smaller you make something, the harder it is to put the details in it. But you know, all of the main ones are there. There's the cockpit off to the side, there's the circular body with the two points at the front. I even put the satellite dish in the right place. The radar dome kind of represents that centerpiece that's in the circle. These other black circles here, all of those uh, kind of in the right position. But yeah, these are all details from the original Millennium Falcon. And I really like all the stuff that glows and lights up. Like underneath these vents, there's some reactors that also light up. And also just the couches. I put some couches on the back of my ship as like a little patio. And it, you know, because I use the right color patterns for it, like it doesn't look out of place like when I'm flying my ship. Like until I pointed out that hey, there's a little patio here. I bet nobody even noticed. But this is something I saw on another person's Corvette, because when you're flying around with your friends to go to like other missions and stuff, it's cool to have a place on the top of the ship that you can chill outside. Because even in like hyperspace, if you're close enough to the ship, you don't get like, they don't, the ship just doesn't leave you behind. But that is a possibility. I was on a guy's ship and like got yeeted out from a glitch, and I was just floating in space without a spaceship. And I was like, what am I gonna do? But you can literally just summon your Corvette, and it puts you right in the cockpit. In fact, I probably could have summoned any of my ships, and it probably would have put me, you know, right in the cockpit. So yeah, you can't get stranded out in space. But that said, you can, inside a ship, you can get stranded out in space. If you are out going system to system and you run out of fuel, if your hyperdrive runs out of fuel, you can be just sitting hundreds of light years from anything with no fuel. And that's kind of a bummer. But usually you can find a few asteroids to blast up and get some fuel that way. But I'm not just proud of the exterior design of this one. I'm feeling pretty good about the interior as well. Like right here, as soon as you come through the hatch, you know, we've got the hazard protection, we've got the first aid, and we've got the med bay like right here. You know, we got two med pods. You can tell I put a lot of little details in here. We got the save point, little workstation. I can't wait for the chairs to actually start working and you don't like just fall through the floor. And then yeah, we got the green room here. And this is the part I haven't shown you guys yet, the upstairs. Yeah, this is a two-story ship. And the reason we got the upstairs up here is because these storage containers, there's 9 storage containers, and they're kind of like the end chest in Minecraft. Whatever you put in that specific container is gonna be there in all of them. I was looking for this one. Which storage container is it? It doesn't tell me what number, because they're all numbered. But that one doesn't tell me what number storage container that is. But yeah, there's still a lot of stuff to build. This brings us down into the kitchen. And as you see, we've got different colored lights in like all the rooms. Like the grow room is green, the kitchen was yellow. Like here where we keep all the multi-tools and the mission radar. Like our little war room, yeah? That's cool. Did I do that on purpose? I think I did. Did the window change? No, I think I changed the window. I think we had a different window here. But the way it's set up now looks alright. Like the table kind of built into the wall instead of like... Yeah, because I think I had one of those bubble windows on there before. But no, that worked out pretty well. Alright, so I've got to decide, do we want to keep building on the Millennium Taco? Or do we want to keep building on, what are we going to call this thing? Wait, we gotta recall it. Oh jeez. Just fly it, okay. Alright, let's take the 2 mountains off really quick. So this is the design I know I want. I definitely want to have like the tree wings, and I want it, yeah, I want to make it look like it's made out of non-typical spaceship parts, you know? And I think we made a good call with the aquariums. Let's put some of those aquariums back in. Where were those? And then we can't forget we can do a paint job on this thing as well. There we go, the aquariums. They can't be resized. Oh, won't let me put them on the sides like I had them. Oh no. So do I try to put the aquariums on and then try to put the trees on the side? And I feel like we need something in the back too, like a vertical stabilizer of some kind, right? Yeah, this is ridiculous. It looks like a bird with tree wings, and I am so digging it. Yeah, so what we want to do is build our ship out of like non-conventional ship parts at this point. So that's how we're gonna make the most use out of this glitch that gives us the smallest ship possible. It's not gonna give us much of a base, but once we start piling stuff on, so one of the biggest inspirations behind this build is a movie called The Explorers. And this movie, The Explorers, is about a bunch of kids that make a spaceship out of literal garbage. Like, I think the front of their ship literally had like a garbage can on it or something. And just out of like all this stuff. And yeah, I always liked that movie. And I think it was a great idea to have a giant titty monster flying above the ship as well. So we're gonna put the titty monster back on. I just moving these, or trying to replace these trees is gonna be tricky. Maybe I can put them more towards the back, and hopefully it's not gonna mess up the whole alignment. Oh, now keeps telling me invalid position literally everywhere. I think we glitched those in at just the right spot. Maybe that's why it's not letting us put the... Hold on, let's take the ship out of the workshop and let's take it to like the Taco Bell base and see how that works out. I think because we're in the workshop, it might limit some of the things I'm trying to glitch. Taco Bell Terra Base 1. This was, I think, my first base or my second base. Let's see this thing come in for a landing. Oh my god. Ah, watch out for the trees. This is so badass. Okay, let's see if we can maybe move these trees to a different spot on the fuselage. Okay, so I'm starting to think these are somehow connected to the cockpit and not the sides of the habitat. Now, when I put down the aquariums, they're actually sitting on the floor of the habitat, but outside the ship. Oh, I have to put it on free build. I forgot. Okay. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have to move the trees or anything. I just want to make sure I get it outside the hab as much as possible. I don't want it taking up room on the inside. Yeah, walking away from it isn't seem to be helping any. Well, wait, it is giving me a different angle. I'm not even close. Wow. Oh yeah, that one is like way inside the actual tree. Trying to get it in the same spot as the other one. It's close. We can move this one a little farther back. Yikes, yikes. Slow, slow. Damn it. I think that was too far in. Right there. Yeah, I think we got it pretty spot on that time. And we get a little bit of aquarium action on the inside of the ship as well, which is kind of cool. Can we put some stickers in here? Let's liven things up. This is one of my favorite stickers. Yeah, it's hard to get on any of these. Whoa, the bottoms of those trees are poking right through the inside. I can see how far off alignment they are. No, it's not letting me put stickers on anything. One of the cool things was in my capital ship, I've got an aquarium, and I put a sticker on the wall, and it's in like the back of the aquarium. It looks really cool. Alright, what other huge things can we put on this ship to make it look crazy? I think we were on the right path with those ruined monuments, ruined gateway, ruined statue. Should we build a little castle on top of this thing? Is there anything we can use that's gonna look like engines of any kind? That's a good point. Maybe these? Yeah, those look like engines. Can I make them really big? I can. Whoa. moly, what do they look like on the other side? Or just black? Okay. I didn't know I could scale those pieces up to be that big. Is there anywhere on the back I can maybe put them? Yeah, maybe we should put them closer to the fuselage. Yeah, they're kind of looking different ways. It's hard not to notice, kind of like when a girl's nipples like face two different ways, or like one titty is bigger than the other. I've seen it. It's more common than you'd think if you actually stop and look. There's a lot of girls out there that have like one big titty and one little titty. I think it's fun. Kind of spices things up if you ask me. Let's take it for a test drive. The back door doesn't even come up. What the hell? Do I have to like manually close the back door now? I have done something that has broken the back door. Okay, we're not going to be able to land at any of the landing pads at my base. Am I able to make a corvette landing pad now? Is that like an option? I'm probably going to have to go to the anomaly to check on that. Oh, there's like a save beacon or something underneath. Come on. Not really the greatest at precision flying. You know what I mean? But oh, that's cool. I just realized that that was a spot you can be, when it says beam down to the planet right here, it's talking about this spot. So where I was up there, it makes a spot down here for this teleporter. Well, that's cool. Alright, it looks good from the back so far, but we gotta do something about the front here. We've got these big black circles here. Let's see if there's something we can do to make it all look more cohesive, like it's all supposed to work together. That's cool. Uh-oh. Just fell in the water. Hold on. What I can do is recall my ship. Let's bring it back over here. This ship is so stupid. Yeah, I was digging this light ring. Let's... How big does it get? Holy cow. Yeah, we don't need it that big. Let's just make it as big as that, and then bring it over here. It's not really facing the right way. Hold on. Uh-oh, now I can't get a hold of it. Wait. Okay, so we want to make sure it's kind of facing forwards, not like up or down. Yeah, there we go. Maybe put some little ones on the front, yeah? These are the lights that you use for like when you're making a lab or something like that. Yeah, we got the lab lights as our jet engines. We've got palm trees as our wings. We got aquariums for engines. Yeah, I like how this build is turning out. It's starting to look cool from the front. Starting to look cool from the back. Giant neon sign. Yeah, why not? Let's go with, yeah, let's do one of these too. Why? I think that'll look cool. How big can we make it? Oh my gosh. This is one of those things, I don't know what it looks like until I put it down. We'll go ahead and put it down. Alright. Let's take off and see what my junk ship looks like. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. I like the aquariums. I like the lab spotlights. I think it looks pretty cool from the... What does it look like from the front? Hold on. Let's go into photo mode. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. We are making a masterpiece here, guys. I feel like we need to put a tail on this bird. I like it. The lights, the ring light with the laboratory spotlight in the middle. That's freaking cool looking. I really like the palm trees for the wings. We might put some more trees on here. Like, yeah, we need a tail. Maybe we should use like one of those giant conifers or something to make a tail. Oh, and what if we turn this giant circle sideways, like a vertical stabilizer? I think that would look better. Yeah, I want to make it look more like a airplane just made out of junk. And what makes these corvettes so good is that you can literally just get up out of the pilot's seat, open the back, and jump out. But yeah, let's bring it in for a landing. Let's see what it looks like when it's coming down. Yeah. Nobody has ever seen anything like this before in No Man's Sky, and I doubt many people are gonna build anything like this ever. Yeah, I kind of want to do these lights on the back too. Can I just do them like that? Yeah, that looks good. I mean, it's not connected or anything, but you know, it's like science. It's magnetism or whatever. Just fly up there. All right. I wish I had, you know, creative mode like in Minecraft where I could just frickin' fly everywhere. Okay, now I think we're on to something. Hell yeah. But I think you're right. I should use more organic stuff before I pile on too much more of this mechanical stuff. Just kind of make the point that it's an organically like a homemade ship. What do we got here? Succulent tree. How big does this one get? Okay, which axis is that? There we go. And then we want to put it like... No, like down towards the bottom. Okay, I got an idea. We're gonna have to put this giant ring light. We're gonna have to put that on top of something. Damn it. I just freaking vacuumed this whole room. And I just started dropping shit on the carpet. Maybe... Where are those ancient ruins? Yeah, maybe we can do something with this. It's attaching to something. Hold on, let's put down something like a desk or something. I think that's what we need to do. And then we can connect everything to that. Yeah, maybe like one of these servers. Just plop one of those down, right? And then grab one of these. Yeah, here we go. We're on the right track. It says I'm too close to it, damn it. Hold on, let's turn it sideways like that. That's not quite working either. I wish there was a way to bring it closer and farther to me. But it really just depends on where you're looking at it from. Hold on. Like, if I get up here, I'll probably have a much better angle on this thing. Yeah, see, here we go. I don't want it to be inside the cabin too much. We didn't even need that piece there at all. Okay, it is inside the cabin a little bit. But I think it's gonna be okay. Alright, we'll try the fruit tree. That kind of matches the... Okay, and that gets really big too. So let's... It won't let me put it where I want to put it. Okay, yeah, because it tries to go where I'm pointing, not... I wonder what that keeps trying to connect to over there. Alright, let's try doing things small before we go big. I had it facing the wrong way, okay. Yeah, it won't connect to that ancient ruin I put on the top. And that thing's going into my cabin anyways, so... Okay, this is working. Let's just make it bigger. Jeez, we're gonna have to like angle this thing just right. Alright, there's my first attempt. And I think it's hilarious. If we can get inside the ship, we can still get in and out through the root structure here. Let's take it for a test drive. Now, believe it or not, all of these outside attachments you make do affect the overall maneuverability and performance of your ship. Not by a lot, but I noticed when in the workshop, when I was in the workshop, like, just putting on, like, normal, like, hull pieces, depending if you put it on the front or the back, you know, it's like certain aerodynamic principles come into play. Like, yeah. This is so freaking cool. Hell yeah. Alright, where's my base? Let's see if we can navigate this back. And we haven't even started on any kind of upgrades or anything for this thing. And I like all of the lights I put on the outside. Yeah, the whole thing just lights up even in the dark. Yeah, this thing's way too hard to park. The best thing to do is just to do what I did before, and because I don't have a corvette landing platform yet. I don't even know if that's a thing. Yeah, we'll just jump out the back. Look at that thing up there. This this is not what I intended to make today, but this is what we got. Hey, what's up, homie? I am building a ship out of junk, and it's looking amazing so far. I've used trees as the wings.
I've been here for a few minutes low.
We've got some aquariums. Yeah, this thing's looking good. Now I want to do a vertical stabilizer using the one neon sign. Where are the neon signs?
If you also have a YouTube, you can shout out your channel here. No ban hammer if you do, we promise.
There we go.
Relieved face.
Oh, I can put it on the tree. Oh, can I walk on the tree? Holy cow, that's amazing. This has gotta be the coolest No Man's Sky ship ever. I can't wait to take this thing to the anomaly and see what people think of it. It's so ridiculous. I think we do need more biological components. I mean, we've got the trees, we've got the aquariums, but there's a lot of like science-y stuff. Like these are these are literally just spotlights that you put in the lab, and these are literally just ring lights. Whoa, where's it at? There's a sandworm really close. Ah! Oh my god. I knew that thing was close, but Jesus. Oh, I gotta pee now. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, so this tutorial has gone off the rails. Like, we were supposed to be building a sleek, minimalist, the smallest corvette possible. And it has evolved into building space trash, like the space junker. Let's see if I can move that vertical stabilizer back a little bit. It's literally just a neon sign. Perfect.
Hit the like button to show your support
Perfect.
with
Oh
heart
my
smiling
god.
face with hearts.
The ridiculousness just never ends. Alright, what about mushrooms? I kind of feel like I'm really a big fan of this
Catherine loves
mushroom.
tacos.
Because this mushroom lights up in the dark. I'm hoping I can, like, maybe put some on the side of the tree? Yeah. Yeah, that'll work.
Let me get some of them truffles. Slide the shrooms.
See, here in Atlanta, we have what's called the Waylay mushroom. And this mushroom has the most psilocybin out of all the mushrooms that grow in North America. And it's what's called a landslide mushroom, which means it grows anywhere there's basically been fresh landscaping, which is pretty much everybody's front yard. So if you know what you're looking for, there's been seasons where me and my homie went out and just collected entire pillowcases of shrooms and then dried them
Here at the
out.
Plug's house we lace people's hydrocodone with Fent.
Really? I've been trying to get me some Fen. You know, they're saying there's this big, epidemic of fentanyl, but I can't get any. I mean, I ride the subway in Atlanta every day, and if you're trying to tell me there's fentanyl in Atlanta, I really don't think so. I mean, I used to be connected to like the cartels and stuff, but because honestly, I think Fent would be an easy way out. Like, if I ever need to just check out really quick, that would be the best way to go. So I kind of want to have some in, like, the bug
I
out
got
bag, you
hella
know?
oxy on me already. Lol.
Hey, that's pretty awesome. I just took a bunch of this stuff called Kratom, and it's
I got
similar to
put 30s and
opiates.
10s with some walk hard codeine syrup and some crayons.
Hell yeah, you're talking my language. That's how it starts, though. Be careful. You don't want to end up like me, where I was like sticking a needle in my arm like for 6 years. Yeah, it was like 6 years. Jesus. Yeah, I used to be hella addicted. Oh, this is cool. Like a slime mold of some kind.
I'm never doing heroin or crocodile.
Oh, the crocodile. Yeah, I that's after my time. After I got out and I saw that shit, I was like, "Oh my God, thank God." It's like codeine filtered through diesel fuel. Yeah, it's pretty nasty stuff. Oh man, that fungus.
Crocodile drug like collapses your veins and eats your skin.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know how they make it. But putting this giant like mold spore in the roots of this tree really kind of brought that whole build together. Why do I have the hiccups? The hiccup the hiccups aren't real. It's all in your head. Maybe I should
I
chug
think
this
it's like
beer.
lighter fluid or some type of gas/oil with codeine.
Yeah, they take the codeine and then they filter it using usually diesel fuel. I think you can use gasoline, but yeah, pretty horrible shit. I used to cook meth in a Gatorade bottle for people on the streets. You know, give me like 30 bucks in a Home Depot, I'll cook you up a gram.
If I'm ever at a party and some dude says, "Yo, try this crocodile," I'm gonna tweet TF out and say ladies first.
Oh, for sure. Oh, now this thing. Yeah, I wanted to figure out what to do with the light fixture here, the light fissure. I think we're gonna put that on the top, and then we're gonna put the dancing titty monster on top of that. Yeah. Let's get our titty monster and put that on the very top. I don't think we need like a
Still weird how
stripper
German
pole or
soldiers in
anything.
WW2 were on meth/Adderall.
Oh yeah, for sure. The Pervitin. This one guy. Oh, I think I glitched something out. This one guy did his whole company's supply of Pervitin and like skied like 40 miles or something. There's there's some crazy
I'd
stories
join
out there.
Germany for some of that sweet.
But the Fat Electrician has some good videos about
Undead homie slide the meth.
that stuff. Especially like the World War stuff. Ah shit. That is not in the middle at all. Alright. No, I'm getting stuck inside my own build. Just go up. Here we go. Can I stand on top of this thing? No, I can't. Alright, so a little build tip that I have in No Man's Sky. Sometimes you just need to put a little table down or a little stool to stand on, just like in real life. Like if you're trying to place something, you have to be able to see where you're placing it. So when you're looking down, you can see the bottom, but like when you're trying to put something that's up above your eye limit, it's really a pain in the ass. So sometimes just build a little table or a bench to stand on. and that can help you align your objects a lot better. Yeah, look at that. And then we put our titty monster in. Alright, let's take this piece of shit for a test drive. I'm pretty excited. This is bananas. I can't believe I made something like this. Yeah, the back door doesn't even close. We got the flying titty monster on the top. We got the neon signs. We got the trees for wings, I think, is just outlandish. I guarantee there's nobody out here in No Man's Sky flying a ship looking like this. And the idea is we want to cover it up enough to where even if they try to figure out how we made this, they're not going to figure it out. What is this, like, thing sticking out of the water here? I don't think I have the aquatic landing gear. Yeah, we haven't upgraded this piece of shit. It's literally a class C or a class D or something. There's literally a crashed frigate right next to my base. I did not know that. Holy cow, that is cool. That crashed frigate is gonna have a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff. And I didn't know it was like right here next to my base. Yeah, we don't have a corvette landing pad, so we're just gonna wing it. Alright, well, we're just gonna jump out the back like we normally do. But I like how it does this. Like, see, my ship is up there. Down on the ground, it'll make a little teleporter like this. Oh, I gotta hit the button. And then when you're up here, you can use this to close the hatch. Well, my hatch doesn't close, but we need to figure that out. Should I just leave it? Yeah, I mean, the whole vibe of the ship is that it's made out of like refuse and just like base parts. So I think if the back door doesn't close, I think that's fine. Even though it opens as soon as the damn thing lands, but as soon as you take off, that thing's not open. Oh, that's great. That's exactly what I was hoping for, like the light fissure making like a little spotlight for the titty monster to dance in.
Mbika, I was getting snacks.
Hell yeah, I got me some hella snacks today. Yeah, I don't know how I'd be spending $17 at the dollar store, but shit, I got more cookies than your grandma. Alright, so we're just gonna do that thing where we...
Yo, M16 right, and my neighbor gives me free dab pens and pre-rolls if I behave for my mom, lol.
I mean, I started smoking when I was 16, but I would definitely recommend waiting till you're 18. I know, it's lame. I wouldn't listen to me either, but I've seen bad things happen to people. Like my little brother started smoking when he was really young, like 11 or something, and now he's struggling with like schizophrenia and other mental health issues.
She has a blue slushy Muhammad waiting for me when I get off house arrest.
Also, like I've got hella mental issues, and I started smoking when I was like 13 or something like that. Shit, I was doing like cocaine and crack when I was in high school. Like no wonder I turned out so messed up. I mean, I got my shit together now, but when I think back on like where I came from, it's a miracle. Like I wish I could stop smoking cigarettes, but it's just been part of me for so long, like since 1993. So it just doesn't seem like something I'm gonna give up. Okay, so where were we? We've got the stabilizer on there. We got our wings. I wanted to use more mushrooms or some organics in here, and I think if can we put some mushrooms right on top of the aquariums? And like I said, at night, the bottom of these mushrooms light up, and that's why I've put them in a lot of my builds, because I really like the effect they do. Hold on, let me face this one the other
Wassup.
way.
Yo, M16 right, and my neighbor gives me free dab pens and pre-rolls if I behave for my mom, lol. She has a blue
Oh,
slushy Muhammad waiting for me when I get off house arrest.
but
Oh,
see,
I hit a
there's a
dab pen one time
difference.
and like inhaled half of the 3-second pull when I was 13. I
It
never
really depends
actually
on
got
what's
high until
in
like the
the
beginning
dab
of that.
pens.
Oh, I hit a dab pen one time and like inhaled half of the 3-second pull when I was 13.
Hey,
I
it's
never
John
actually got
Cena.
hooked until like the beginning of. Bro, I was drinking before I got a message from my boss and said I'm working today, so I'm kinda tipsy at work, grinning face with sweat. Hit the like button to show your support, red
Hey,
heart,
I've done
smiling
that
face with
before, John
hearts.
Cena. You gotta do what you gotta do. As long as you don't feel like you're in danger, I think go for it. Performance enhancing drugs are illegal in like sports, not in like
If you
food
also have a
industry,
YouTube, you can
right?
shout out your channel here. No ban hammer if you do, we promise.
Like if
Relieved
the
face.
restaurant doesn't care if I'm taking performance enhancing drugs. They're not testing me for those things. So I usually feel okay about stuff like that. Oh, we gotta get rid of this table right here, and we've gotta put the titty monster back up. Alright. John Cena, we are participating in some madness right now. So it started off, I figured out how to glitch these ships to
I don't
make the
smoke waste
smallest
shit,
one
and I only smoke weed
possible.
like once a month or 2 times, and if I'm feeling great then 3 times. Usually 2 carts.
Well, the thing is now they
Maybe a
have a lot
pre-roll.
of
I'm glad I
extracts.
didn't go as hard as I usually do.
It
Or
depends
I'll
on
roll
what
myself.
kind of
Tackling
THC
likes
you're
tacos.
you're using.
BRB.
See, a lot of my stuff is THCP. Like I'm not doing the Delta 9 stuff. That stuff's pretty, that's like the more
I
strong
be
stuff.
doing sativa hella.
Yeah, sativa indica, but it really depends on the extract. Is it a Delta 9 extract? Is it a THCP extract? Is it a HHC extract? Is it a Delta 8 extract? Delta 11
I
is
use
some
moon
really
rock
fun
pens a
stuff.
lot. Sometimes flour. Just
So
depends.
the the THC Delta 11 is neat because when you eat a bunch of weed, you metabolize that Delta 9 into this Delta 11.
Flour is good for
So
going on
I
walks,
found
but
these
cards are lit when in a mall or some.
Delta 11 pens I was getting. You know, it was like you take some hits off of that, and it felt like you ate some edibles. Like you didn't feel like you just smoked. You felt like you just ate a bunch of gummies or something. So the Delta 11 pens are really cool too. Yeah, look at the mushrooms. Okay, that's why I wanted to put those mushrooms up there. Look at them glow. This ship is lit. I can't believe how cool this is. Too bad I don't have a big No Man's Sky community. I should get in touch with some of these
The
No
first
Man's
time I
Sky
made my cart
YouTubers,
blink was on a walk, and I threw
and
up
I
in
should,
some random person's driveway.
you know, send them some pics of what the kind of stuff I'm building and see if maybe we can get a plug or, you know, maybe just find some more people interested in No Man's Sky because the stuff I'm doing, this is some pretty extreme glitch stuff, and I've so far made the most ridiculous looking ship in that I've ever seen in this whole game. It's got a titty monster on the top of it. And you know, I didn't have a stripper pole, but we got this light beam going up to it, which is pretty cool.
The oval-shaped titties. On.
Okay, let's see if I can. I think I tried this already, but I really want to try and put the mushrooms on the side here.
Let me motorboat.
And it looks like the problem's gonna be it going through. Okay, if I put one on the other side though, I think this is gonna work out. Yeah, that's really cool. Man, what other kind of junk can we put on this thing?
I'm in an illegal state, but Indiana is surrounded by legal states, so when I go on walks I just find carts on the ground in my area, lol.
Yeah, we got some cool lights we can experiment with.
I was drinking in intervals of 15 minutes to prolong the affect so I can watch anime.
Yeah, I won't lie. I'll wait to eat dinner or something until I'm done drinking. That way it doesn't like kill my buzz. Okay, now that's neat. Got these red lights underneath the spaceship. Alright, I want to fly it around.
I remember the time I went to family dinner high off my Fukin rocker. It how I wasn't caught.
This is the most
Longest 2
ridiculous
hours ever.
spaceship ever. Family dinner. Oh. Yeah, my family, I'm already the black sheep of the family, so it's like I just don't care. I mean, if you're gonna judge me, you know, are you really that much of my family? Because, you know, the people in my family, they ain't perfect either. Nobody wants to start pointing
My
fingers.
whole family is like, we drug this junkie that, you know.
Alright, we're
So
gonna
it's
go to
risk as
the
hell.
space anomaly. This is where all the other players in the world meet up. And we're gonna go park in here for a while and see if anybody says anything in the chat.
But my ma knows I do perks.
Well, like I said, my mom gave me like cocaine when I was in high school. Like, I was smoking crack out of like 3-foot bongs in like 11th grade, so she can't really judge me too much. And my dad, he's, rest his soul, he was no saint either. He did live a little cleaner than me. In fact, my dad took care of himself pretty well, and he only made it to what, 73, 74? So that means I've got less than
My
20
ma is in
years
the army
left.
and homeland security. My dad, who I don't live with, is a cop in my city, so it's risky as for me.
Yeah, the town I grew up in, my grandfather was the chief of police. No joke. Yes, cops are not the most upright people you'd think they are. I don't think you got
My
much to
dad
worry
don't
about.
really be caring, po, he let me drink lol.
Look at my ship over there. Oh my god, I wish there were other corvettes for me to compare it to so you guys could see how bananas the ship I'm using is. Why is there nobody inside this anomaly? There are no players here. This is crazy. Oh, because of the galaxy I'm in. We need to go to a different dimension. Let's go back to like Euclid. So when you go to the center of a galaxy, or a universe rather, you go to once you get to the center, you go to the next universe down. And there's something like 100 universes or something. So I've been trying to get myself to the center of the entire universe. But yeah, that takes a long time. And every time you go through one of these gateways that takes you to a different universe, it breaks all your stuff and you have to repair everything.
I just gotta get off probation and house arrest. I got court on the 8th.
There's a new expedition launching September 3rd, I think tomorrow. So the expeditions are kind of like starting the game over. They're like little mini missions where like you get teleported to a different universe and there's like a mission you got to do, and when you get back you keep all your stuff. You can only take so much stuff with you too. So yeah, the expeditions are really what this game's all about. So now that there's a new season and a new expedition, like right now I'm playing in creative mode because I've done mined and farmed as much as anybody needs to in this game. Uh, but when you go on the expeditions, you're in survival mode. What are the stats on this ship? Oh my god, the stats are so bad. 89 shield strength under 200, hyperdrive range only 100, maneuverability less than 200. Alright, it's got bad stats, but we haven't upgraded anything yet. We've just been working on the outside of it. I mean, not like there's much to do on the inside, but yeah, there's still like upgrades and modules for us to do. Why do I keep getting the hiccups? Do I need to, like, chug a beer? So, if you're here, guys, to learn about the massive glitch, let me know. We'll go ahead and show it off. For now, we are at the anomaly trying to show off the most ridiculous ship I've ever seen in this game. I've never seen anybody use base building parts to make their ship. Like, everybody's been using the
Gargle a
regular
soda or
parts.
beer for 10 seconds and swallow. They will stop.
I feel like that's something I've told my girlfriend before. The best way to get rid of the hiccups, though, is to just tell yourself that the hiccups aren't real. And that's the truth. The hiccups aren't real.
Wow.
Because what's happening is your brain is trying to tell you to breathe through gills that you no longer have. Yeah, in the embryo stage or whatever, we had gills, and then, like, in earlier evolutions of, like, primordial mammals, we had gills, but it's like this reptile part of your brain telling you to breathe through your gills anytime there's too much liquid. And but they're not there, so you get the hiccups. So you just got to tell your brain the hiccups aren't real, and they just stop. It's worked almost every time for me. Notice the hiccups are completely gone. In fact, I'll drink a little more just
Hit
to
the
make
like
sure.
button to show your support. Red heart smiling face with hearts.
So I came to the anomaly because this is where players on the server meet up. And it appears that I'm on a server, like, completely by myself. Let me see if I can...
Tacaman likes tacos.
I want to find a server with other people and see what they think about my crazy ship. That's a cool load screen. Shows you the names of the stars if they're close enough. Nope, we switched servers and we're still in an empty anomaly. This is crazy. So over here, this is where you get your expeditions. And it says no active expeditions. They're coming soon, like tomorrow. And like I said, you can only take so many items with you, and then when you get there, everything's going to be broken. So it's literally like starting the game over, except you have a mission that you're trying to do. And they usually do one of these per season. So if you're like an end game player like me that's already done a bunch of mining and stuff, like I don't need any more stuff, but you can go into these expeditions and it's like experiencing the game all over again because there's going to be like new stuff and new items. And so I think these expeditions are hella clever. And another thing, uh there is no battle pass, there is no like paid currency. Like, there's a lot of different currencies here in the game. If you look up in the upper right hand corner, we got units, nanites, and quicksilver. But there's also other forms of currency in the game, like void motes and tainted metal. So, but what there's not is a currency that you can pay real world money for. And it is really refreshing to see a game that isn't microtransactioning the shit out of you. In fact, I don't even know if there's an actual store where you can buy stuff. When you go on the expeditions, you get Quicksilver, and then you can come over to this guy, and you can buy stuff with your Quicksilver, but all the stuff that's available to buy is like infinite stuff. Like you can buy as many of these as you want. They're always going to be available. Like all this stuff, I've pretty much everything that is available that isn't infinite, I've purchased. That's why we're in the when we're in the menu and we're like building, that's why we have so many options, is because we bought all of this stuff. Whoa, wait, that one has lightning? I didn't know I had a lightning pack. I think I'm using this one here, the one with the fireworks. Hey, if that one has lightning, I kind of want to see that. See, I got the fireworks that come out of my jetpack now. Because I got a cape, it's a little more subdued. If I was using a backpack, it would be all over the place. Which one was it? Was it that one? No, Fusion Trail. That's the one that said had the lightning on it, right? I'm not seeing lightning bolts. I mean, it might be because I'm using a cape. Torso, armor, backpack, yeah. So if we go, instead of a cape, if we go with like an actual backpack. Oh no, those are the trails. Hold on. We want the fusion trails. Okay, I do see a little bit of lightning coming out of there. I think we're gonna go back to our fireworks trails though. We do got a backpack with like wings on it, I think. Yeah. Maybe we'll use that one for a while. Kind of goes with the whole robot thing, right? Yeah. Right, and you can see the trails from the backpack too. I like that. Let's another thing people do here at the Anomaly is show off their pets. And this guy is one of my newest ones, and I want to see how big this thing can get. I'm pretty sure I can make this thing. I'm pretty sure I can grow one of these to like the size of a building. Kind of like Gorgia, my other guy that's literally the size of an entire village. But the thing is, if I bring him out here, if I bring out Gorgia here, he's not as big as... Wait, why can't I bring him out? Gojira. There he is. Yeah, he's actually way bigger than this. Like, his foot is like the size of like this circle here. Like this circle right here. This would be like just one footprint of this guy because he's so big. In fact, I could take him down to a planet and show you guys. There's nobody here at the anomaly. And I want to fly around in my freaking... my junk ship. This thing's ridiculous. Let's go, titty monster. I like the neon sign as the vertical stabilizer. This thing's cool. Oh no, I didn't want to go back in. I like the mushrooms on the top. I think we need like a giant pine cone or something. Yeah, I think I've got a few ideas to add a little bit more life to this build, even though it's already super ridiculous. Alright, what were we trying to do? We're trying to go down to the surface. Where's the planet? Okay, there's a planet right there. Let's aim for the day side, because we don't want to...
Uncle Timmy, is Uncle Chewy playing with you? My day was good. How was your
Hey,
day?
it's Jackson, nephew Jackson. How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing alright. No, Uncle Chewy's not playing with me. I've been having a fantastic day. Like, I've been having a tough time getting all my chores done recently, you know, like just having a hard time taking care of myself, but somehow today I just kind of got up and got everything done, and it feels really good to have like my room clean and like all my chores done. And we just built this spaceship out of junk. This thing is ridiculous. As you can see, we have, instead of wings, we have trees. Instead of a tail, there's another tree. And we got like mushrooms and neon signs. We're literally making a ship out of junk, and I think it's hilarious. I have not seen anybody do this yet in No Man's Sky. But I was coming down to a random planet just so I could show you guys some of my pets. And there's a couple pets I need to get eggs from, but we need to get them in the right environment. We have to get them on the right planet. This planet's cool. What's that? Oh, I have some guys like these. Check this out. Where's my giant mantis? Where's he at? There he is. So you can take these guys and put them in like the gene sequencer, and you can make their eggs, you can make them grow bigger. So yeah, you hatch an egg, right? Well, you get a creature, and then you make it lay an egg, and then you take that egg to the gene sequencer, and you can edit these animals until you get something that's like that big, or some of my animals are even bigger than that. Gorgia, look how big this guy is. Like, we can only see like part of his ass, he's so big. Holy crap. I wasn't lying when I said this guy was big. Yeah, let's go ahead and feed him. We can ride him too. Look how high up I am. This guy is massive. Look at my ship down there. That's the size of my ship compared to this guy. Hold on, can I just like walk around on his back? He's moving too much. Holy moly, that thing's huge. And you know, when I found him, he was not that big. I had to take one of these guys, and then I had to get an egg from him, which means you have to keep an animal for X amount of time before it's ready to lay an egg. And once it's ready to lay an egg, you have to take it back to its home environment. So you got to find a planet with the same biome, and then you can get an egg. And once you get the egg, you take it to the anomaly, to the gene sequencer. And if you spend enough time editing that egg, eventually you can end up with something that's insane. Like, if any animal on this planet were to try and fight me, this thing would probably just stomp its foot and annihilate everything. Or if I needed to go like 1,000 units on this planet, I could probably get on this thing and cover so much ground. Like, one step of this, just one step for this guy is, you know, the length of my ship. Can I get him to run?
Hit the like button to show your support. Red heart, smiling face with hearts.
Can I get him? I can't get him to run or jump, but still. Look at this. He just took a massive shit. This is a giant feces. Oh. It's gone now. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Look how big the poop is from this guy. Oh, because when he steps down, he can push me out of the way instead of stepping on me. That's why I just got yeeted. Alright, this is actually pretty good, because I think we can actually keep all this poop and make it into something called Fecium. Oh, it's gone. I think you can mine it like a mineral. And you can actually pick up the poop from this guy. And like a poop that big would have quite a bit too. So that's the advantage of having one of these guys, is it's literally a giant poop machine. But the wildlife in this game gets even crazier. I mean, look how tall. This isn't as big as Gorgia, but I mean, still, that's a massive robot. But I can still ride on the top of this thing, and look how fast he is. Like, over any terrain, he just goes. It's like a walking building. Look at me right there at the top. You can see me with my, you can kind of see my helmet there. Man, every time I see this crazy ship that I built with the freaking titty monster on the top and the giant trees for wings, that's so funny. Ah, you just yeeted me. let's bring out a different one. This one's kind of cool. Look at this thing. Like, I found some really weird planets out there, and I found some pretty rare, like, life forms, and this is one of the rarest out there. Some kind of geometric, but he glows in the dark, which is pretty cool, and I got a couple of guys like that. Like, let's see, what about the guy that's just a bunch of light bulbs? Oh, look at this thing. It's like a curly Q that, yeah, boings around. This thing was so hard to catch. I am not kidding. Like, I thought this was one of the animals you weren't allowed to catch, like the giant sandworms. But I managed to, pull that guy. And look at this. Okay, it's nighttime, so we should be able to see him, but it's literally just a swarm of, like, glowing balls. Like, I don't know what I can do with this, like, in the gene sequencer. I don't know what's gonna happen if... Can I make one of these bigger? Would a giant one of these would look pretty crazy, right? And see, I can't induce egg because it's not in a native climate. So I gotta find what climate this guy likes. And to do that, you go to your companion register. And then all we gotta do is click on this guy. That's him right there. Yeah, see, you can barely see it because it's just like some glowing dots. Climate unusual. So we just gotta take it to one of the weird planets, like a columned planet, a plated planet, or one of those, the red planets that where everything, the color's all weird. Yeah, we just gotta take it to one of the extreme biomes, and we could probably get something from them. My very first pet, though, this was the first guy I ever got in No Man's Sky. It's this, like, flying goldfish. And I really like riding this guy around. What is that thing? Look at all these tentacles over here. It's moving. I can't get it. I'm trying. I got it. Alright. Let's see if I can grab one of these guys. Oh, he's fast. We gotta go. Can we... Can we get him? I didn't mean to do that. I put down some kind of marker. Now, I guess we can't capture one of those guys. And imagine being at the anomaly and you got this tentacle monster and a titty monster. I'd be a cool guy. Let's call down the ship box. Well, on the plus side, there's not a lot to do on the inside of this ship, but we're still gonna need to do some modifying if we want to get its stats anywhere to be like actually usable. Oh, I thought they fixed this. Well, it turns out that glitch, what's happening is you put something on your ship, like, say, a vase or a cup, and the hitbox from that cup is hitting the hitbox from your ship, and it's causing it to spin out like that. The problem is I've completely covered my ship in parts that are not ship parts. So all of those hitboxes have got to be having a hard time together. Let's use the autopilot feature. Man, I love the autopilot. This is one of my favorite things in the update is the autopilot. And I mean the fact that I can walk around my ship. That's pretty cool too. Man, how far did we go? I wasn't expecting the space station to be that far away. We also need a name for this ship box as well. I mean, I kind of want to call it the ship box, but if we can come up with a better name, I think that would be better. The SS ship box. So yeah, started off with how to make the smallest ship possible using glitch building. I discovered some pretty massive glitches when it comes to building these ships, and it devolved into this thing with a giant titty monster. I I don't know. But the whole reason this ship was possible is because we were able to make the corvette without any landing gear, without any guns or reactors on the outside, any kind of pieces at all. And I still want to make the RV from Spaceballs. I think that's going to be high on my list. We'll see if I have any more ideas to make this thing look a bit crazier. Yeah, it looks like a crazy airplane made out of bullshit. And that's kind of the vibe I was going for. Alright, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Go get some dinner. Let's get a shot in front of the yeah, let's do the outro in front of our crazy ship. In case they put that on the thumbnail.
Good night, Gimme.
That's so wacky. Look at it. It's got trees instead of wings. Alright, thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure to hit a like and a subscribe, and as always, I'll see ya when I see ya. Later, taters.